Hi Terry, this quick little screencast is just going to be helpful in answering some of your questions via email. Sometimes it's easier to show than type out. So one of your first questions was, how do you know if you've posted the appropriate amount of times in the discussion boards for each lesson? So I'm going to go to the discussion board for your group. You'll notice that on my computer over here it says Group A because that's the group that I'm aligned to, but I found your group here by going to Group B, and I'm going to click on the discussion board. So the way that you get to your discussion boards might look a little different, but you should be able to access your group's discussion board here. Your screen will say Group B, and then you can click on the discussion board. So once you're in, you'll see that we have the virtual office, right? And then you've got the discussion boards for lesson 1. So you'll note that it's for lesson 1 because it says BL1. So that's Group B, lesson 1. And so if we look really quickly, we'll see we've got this one. We've got another Group B, lesson 1 puzzle. And then we've got another Group B, lesson 1 discussion. So there's 3 boards for lesson 1. And now we get down here, L2. So that's lesson 2. So your question was, how can we ensure that we've posted the correct amount of times for each board? Well, the way that you're going to look at that is, let's go back up here to this first board for the week, right? The introduction board. So I'm going to click on the introduction board link. And what you'll see over here is you're going to see this running title up at the top, right, where we can see who's the author and how many posts do they have on this board. So if we go down to Terry, I'm scrolling down, I saw your name here earlier, there's Terry, and you've got 2 posts in this board. So the requirement for the discussion boards for this class is that you have an initial post, and then you also respond to at least one other person's post. And so that would be a total of 2 posts for the board, and so you have met that criteria for that board. We can go back here to our discussion board and go down and check the other ones as well. So lesson 1, the puzzle board. So I'm going to click on that. And again, we're looking for your name, right? Terry. There's Terry Halva. And this time we have 1 post, right? So in this puzzle post for this week, you were asked to post right after you did the acronym, soup puzzle, and then after reading over the answers, come back and post again about now that you've seen the answers and understand what the answers were, reflect on how well you did. And so that shows that you only posted once for that board, and you should have posted twice. Okay, and we're just going to check that last board for lesson 1. So we did the introduction, we did the puzzle. Now we're going to go down and look at the discussion board. So again, we're going to click on the link. It's going to pull it up. We're looking for your name. Scrolling on down, there you are, you posted 4 times. So that's 2 more times than needed to, but you can always post more than twice in a board. So the minimum requirements are that you have an initial post and then you respond typically to at least 1 peer's post. The soup board was different because it was more of a self-reflection, not a reflection on a peer's post. But the fine details of the directions for what you're supposed to post about can be found in your Blackboard shell. Now the other questions you had were around, how do we group with people for the RSA, right? So I'm going to go back to your Group B discussion board. And what we've done is, in the virtual office, we've created a thread that says establishing groups for the RSA. So you can click on this and it says, use this thread to talk about who you want to work with, what your interests are. So here's some students that have already posted in this board. So you can read through what they're saying. And look, you're here, right? We're happy to work with anybody who's interested. It looks like you found this right after you sent me your email. So this is the best place to make contact with people. But the other way you can do it is you can go back to the introduction board, and if you and Cooper see somebody else that you think you would like to partner with for this project, you could read through the introduction post. That's where you're going to find out about people, right? See what they're interested in. And if you see somebody that you think would make a good tripod or good, third for your group, then what you could do is you can come over here to email, right, your tools, and you can email a select user. And you can find that person's name and email them and say, hey, Cooper and I are interested in doing this project. Do you want to work with us? So I'm just going to go back and see if I answered all of your questions. Correct post. Happy to work with anybody. Claim from our third. What if no one wants to partner with us? We've never written a lesson plan. Then what? Well, you're in luck. You'll get a lot of support on writing lesson plans through the SIOP model and through the examples included in the course shell. And then also your instructor can support you as well in some ideas for lesson planning. So if you don't find somebody that's familiar with writing lesson plans, I think through reading the book and giving it a go, and also relying on Jennifer, your instructional team member, you will be more than successful with the assignments in this course. So I'm going to send you this screencast, and you can reply to Jennifer and I and let me know if you have any other questions. And then finally, please know that I don't know who Cooper is. I couldn't see the name Cooper on the Group B list, so you're welcome to forward this screencast onto them as well.